thepascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up, guys? This is getting crazy. Is this victim that was supposed to be here on the prosecution side now siding with Diddy? Real talk, I'm very confused here. And I really want to know what the hell's going on here because, again, like I told you guys before, there was going to be a big key witness that was going to come in and testify against Diddy. This particular victim was bold enough to basically say and was adamant enough to say, listen, I don't need to hide behind the Jane Doe title. I want everybody to know exactly who I am. I'm about to unearth everything. And let me tell you something. This is the type of person that would make any person like Diddy shake in their little booties, okay, in their little prison slides. Let's be real. He should be very terrified about this. And of course, the feds should be super ecstatic about this particular victim coming out and speaking on behalf against Diddy. But now we've heard that recently they just straight up went missing. The prosecution can't even get a hold of the victim and can't even get a hold of the victim's lawyer as well. So instantly I start going, wait a second. Is this witness tampering? Did Diddy pay her off? Did Diddy do something to make this person scared for them to just go back into the darkness and try to step away and get away from this situation? We still don't know. But what's interesting about this is, oh my good God. Now we got new updates basically saying that it looks like she is siding with Diddy. I got to hit the button again. What a plot twist. What is going on with this thing? This is getting super messy. We already knew that this was going to be some sort of circus, but I thought it was going to be on the information that's being told inside the courtroom. I didn't know this was going to be happening like this. This is insane, guys. So victim 3 is now saying that they never was cooperative. They were never cooperative with the feds and never even wanted to testify. Yet that's confusing because there's paperwork where it says that this victim wanted to step forward and step away from the Jane Doe pen name. So again, this is weird and this is very interesting. So we got to take a look at this. Again, is this orchestrated by Diddy and his monies? I'd really like to know. And I hopefully we get down to the bottom of this very, very soon. But let's take a look at this, okay? So federal prosecutors are taking a big gamble with one of their star witnesses in the Diddy trial, okay? Because the woman they call victim 3 has always made it clear she does not want to testify. At least this is what TMZ is saying. And that's very interesting too, because I feel like TMZ somehow has like an in with all this stuff. And let's not forget, Mark Garagos is Diddy's, longtime lawyer, but also he's also Diddy's consultant in this particular trial. So TMZ might be getting a lot of inside information strictly from the source, okay? They might be suckling from the very teat of information in regards to this situation. This is very interesting, though, guys. During jury selection last week, lead prosecutor Maureen Comey, who is right here in the middle there, looking very concerned, okay? This is the prosecutor, and I understand that look of concern now. Admitted the feds did not know whether the alleged victim, one of Diddy's ex-girlfriends, by the way, intends to appear in court to testify against him. Now, what's interesting is that they're now giving us more information on top of not only what is this a female, that this is a Jane Doe, but now we're hearing that this is an ex-girlfriend as well. So it could be Aubrey. It could be anybody. Given the fact that this person does not live in New York as well. Let's not forget that. And some people are thinking that it could be Aubrey. It could be other people. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But nonetheless, it is an ex-girlfriend now, okay? But they were intending to appear in court, okay? But they don't know if this person was intending to appear in court anymore to testify against him. Comey said the woman does not live locally in New York. There's an issue getting in touch with her attorney, which makes no sense because that's her attorney, especially this is a high profile case, like we've talked about before. And she may not even show up to court despite a subpoena, which would make her a hostile witness. If she was to come up and be a part of it against her will and was made, to show up and testify, that would make her a hostile witness for sure. Our sources with direct knowledge say the woman has never cooperated with prosecutors and has never gave them an indication she would be willing to take the stand during the trial. I have questions, guys. I got so many questions because instantly I'm going, was she turned? Did Diddy have something to do with this? Did Diddy's team, his goons, whatever, get a hold of her? I've already asked this in the other video pertaining to this witness, but it's still a burning question. Did they freak her out? Did he coerce, harass, whatever, intimidate this woman to suddenly go back into the shadows? Because you know for a fact, ex-girlfriends like Cassie and them, they know things. They know exactly where all the bodies are buried. Let's be real. It begs the question, why did prosecutors add her to the Diddy indictment? And will they address her absence next week during opening statements? Now, that's one good question. Two good questions I'd like to know as well. Why would prosecutors, the feds, we talking about the government, guys. We talking about the government, all right? They're supposed to be on point. They're supposed to make sure every lowercase j is dotted and every t is crossed, right? That's what they're supposed to be doing. So how could they make this massive mistake only unless this person came in, was very cooperative, was helping out, was definitely spilling nothing but the tea, and then they got intimidated, or somebody gave them a really fat check. Something happened here that just doesn't make sense. And of course, I really hope we get down to the bottom of this very, very soon. And again, I hope that they do talk about this and they bring it up during their opening statements, why this particular Jane Doe, victim 3, key witness, star witness to this whole thing is not showing up suddenly. Because this looks sloppy, y'all. Prosecution is getting cooked right now, and the trial hasn't even started yet. Like I said, Diddy should be, I don't know, happy as hell right now because that's one witness that's not showing up. Now, we saw they've been showing Cassie out here in New York. She showed up. She's ready to testify. That is going to be crazy. But the fact that this other key witness is not willing to show up right now, man, this is crazy. At this point, it is still unclear who prosecutors will call to testify at the beginning of trial. Prosecutors have some big decisions to make with victim 3. Namely, will they refer to her in their opening statement? If they do, and then she ghosts them, the jury will wonder what's going on. And that might be a big blow to the prosecution. Absolutely. You bring the person up, you go, we have another person, another Jane Doe, a victim 3, who claims that this, that, and the third with Diddy, and Diddy's a monster because of what she has seen with her own 2 eyes. She is a witness to these monstrous acts that he's done. And then they go, we'd like to call witness 3, and she ain't there. That's bad. That's bad. And the jury will sit there and go, wait a second. Oh, so you guys are just trying to take this man down. That's all it is. You don't give a damn about him being a criminal or doing these bad things. You just want to take this man down just because he's Diddy. Like I said, this is going to be a bad look for the jury. If they are to bring this person up, they might just be like, oh, no, she's going to be a surprise witness now if she decides to show up. But that's something interesting. As we reported, Comey said Monday prosecutors would not be getting into the woman's story until the second part of the trial. So in other words, like what I was saying earlier, maybe it's going to be like a surprise, we now have a surprise witness and here she is. You know what I mean? Come on down, victim 3, right? But we'll see. And during opening statements, the woman would be described as one of the many women who have allegedly been attacked and sexually exploited by the diddler. The indictment labels her an alleged victim of STing as well. And we already know about Cassie, okay, his other ex, who is definitely victim 1. She has already been seen in New York. She's ready. She's definitely preggers as hell. Okay, she's about to pop. Apparently, she's around 9 months pregnant as well. So she is about to have a baby, but also take the stand and testify as well. 3 of the 4 alleged victims in the case are former Diddy girlfriends. Diggity damn. And in court filings, prosecutors have said victim 2 is expected to deliver anonymous testimony about financial losses, dependency, and social isolation she experienced during their relationship, all of which made her more vulnerable to his coercion. Again, guys, there's going to be so much. I mean, yes, the fact that this victim is not willing to suddenly show up is sus as hell. I still think she got paid. I think there's some sort of payroll going on. She got paid off, and or she got paid and intimidated at the same time. That could be it too. But it's very weird that in the very beginning, she was singing one tune and now she's singing something completely different. And this is some wild stuff. The fact that they're saying now that this particular victim was never cooperating with the feds and she never wanted to testify. That is wild. The fact that she could possibly have turned on the feds right at the precipice of this trial is insane, guys. But what say you guys? Do you think she got paid off? What do you think? Because now she's singing a different tune now. At least this is what we're hearing right now. Maybe she never was cooperative. Maybe she really wasn't. Maybe the feds were desperate and they knew that she was a girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, and she had some juicy tea, and they were hoping that maybe she would change her mind over time. Maybe she never did change her mind, but they still put her on the docket. I don't know. But this is very weird. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button. And we'll be talking soon. Man, what a circus. But we're here for it. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.